can do it again. Obviously, like I say, I do love the boys, and I personally can't see myself committing to a quote-unquote group, gang, whatever they are, family, whatever they go by, that wouldn't include at least a few of you guys, because it just wouldn't feel like right. Like I'm not a socially awkward person. I can make friends with pretty much everyone and anyone, but I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when you got a choice between two cars, you buy one and then you see the other one at the traffic lights and you think, fuck, I should have gone with that one. That's kind of the vibe I would get.
So how would you stand if you were hit up for something and Saint wasn't involved?
Well, I mean, I've already had that. And I did already say that, like, I understand why people are saying that. And to be quite honest, I think she would put the effort in to prove, like, let's say I was advised, you know, 5 or 6 people and anyone else can try and prove themselves. If it was a straight, like, nah, she's got no chance, I'd obviously want to know why, because I do think that she has the ability to be a great asset and a great family member, gang member, whatever the fuck. But I do also understand that people want to start off small and not everybody can be included. And if that has to be Saint, that has to be Saint. I think she would... I think she would understand. It would be hard to be on that side and understand, because you'd be a bit like, why me? But I think after me explaining to her and stuff, I think she'd be fine.
I think it would also depend on who they included and excluded too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, because I mean, there's no denying that everybody thinks differently of each other, right? So if she saw people that she wasn't as close to as, like, let's say me, you, SK, Matt, for instance, she saw, like, I don't know, Moses, I don't even know, just people she's not as close to join in, and she wasn't getting the invitation, then maybe she would feel some type of way, and I'm sure everybody would feel the same in that sense. But at the end of the day, it ain't my call to make. So I guess I would just explain to her, this is how it is. I'm sure down the line, if you want to prove yourself, they've openly said that they're happy to have people who prove themselves. And if you put that 110% in, you shouldn't have any problems getting in. That's all they want. They want the effort. And if you're willing to put it in, then you shouldn't have any problems. So it sounds to me, though, based on the questions that you've asked me, that you have some sort of idea in mind. I'm curious to hear it.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been around for like 8 days, right? So I just came back yesterday. SK brought me here, told me his plan with this. You're after telling me there's other people thinking of shit too, which I haven't heard about. But I don't know. I've been very much... I've obviously, with not being around for 8 days, I feel like I've missed a lot. And I didn't know where I was going to go 8 days ago, and that certainly hasn't changed now. I really don't know, like, what the fuck I'm going to do. Well, it's like if someone turned around to me now and asked me...
Someone being what, ex-Mandem, or like just anyone randomly? Anything at all. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know
how
to answer it. You know, it's still very early days, but
that's the thing, because we've obviously all just come back to the city and we're kind of meeting up again. I think things change and opinions change and people change, and as you said, shit is flying right now. You know, like shit 3 days ago ain't the same as it is now. Exactly, I think it's very fair to, at the very least, have a conversation with everybody, even if it's on an individual level or as a big meeting like we've done in the past, and get everybody's opinion, because people might have different mindsets to where they were 5 years ago, and it's a bit unfair for me to think that, like I say, Shanks or Moses or Vince or you or Matt or whoever are the exact same people, because I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you've changed, you've had some experiences. You've probably thought about how it used to be, 15 plus people, and I think a lot of people are probably thinking 15 people, yeah, fuck all of that. Like, I think a lot of people are on the same page that, like, doing a copy paste of what was before is a bad idea. As much as we love everybody individually, like, we had our problems, and even if people have changed, I do still think those problems would arise. So,
I mean, you weren't there, but the meeting I called about the house like 2 weeks ago. That was what decided the date as the 31st, which obviously didn't happen. But it was more just to try to get people moving. But that meeting brought back so many bad memories.
Did it feel like old times?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like if I think first of all, I will say that if I were to do anything, I'd want to join something that didn't have a set leader. I would like it to be small. Maybe let's say 6 people, right? I don't really want. I mean, I guess I could name names, but this is just the names that I'm thinking on the top of my head. Just because I haven't named them doesn't mean that they don't have. I wouldn't want them. They don't have the chance. It's just names. But me, you, SK, Matt, James, Saint. I mean, people like Denzel Patar are obviously great assets as well, but I feel like there's 2 different sets of people in the Mandem, because I feel like me, you, Matt, SK are not the same as Denzel Patar. We're like a bit more gang, or at least we were. I don't know what people's opinions are now, but based on the limited time I spent with people, it seems like people are still on that mindset. And then obviously you got people like Denzel and Patar who are not really gang. They're more business related, which would be great to have as assets, but as gang members or whatever, not really. I'm gonna keep it real. They're not gang members. Yeah. They're business people, and they know that. This isn't like a dig at them. They are well aware of that. So I feel like the names that I mentioned, me, you, SK, Matt, James, and Saint. Terrible timing. Someone's banging on this door right now, Steve. My bad. Sorry, chat. First delivery of many today. Oh, Jesus, I think this one's stuck in that door. Yeah, so what did I say? Me, you, SK, Matt, James, Saint. I feel like out of the group, the most fitting for me and my direction, which is gang. Listen, I went back to fucking Scotland for 5 years. As lovely as it was, chilling out, spending some time with Saint, I miss the gang life. So on a gang level, those are the people that I would personally start with. Having people like Denzel and Patar as, you know, business partners are great to have. But on a gang level, that's where I kind of stand and I feel like would be best to start with. And I will say this, I feel like there's a couple of people that are very much on the same level as that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I before I went away, I was even toying with the option, the possibility of making my own thing. But what the fuck?
That sounds
someone just sold weed.
Interesting. Yeah, the only thing for me is what I would say is if we did do that, I think that we would operate better. Because it would be obviously significantly smaller without a leader. And that's not to say that if you just start your own thing, I won't want to be involved or you're not good enough to be a leader. I just feel like sometimes with, you know, many years ago, Steve, when I say many years ago, probably 10 years ago, I don't know if you know, like, Miguel and, you know, like, Raul. They used to be in that Hydra gang. Yeah, there used to be a gang with, like, me, Saint, Raul, Miguel, and a couple other people that you probably don't know. And there was only, I believe there was 7 of us. And it worked amazingly. No leader. And the reason it worked amazingly was because of 2 main things. Communication and being on the same fucking page. Those are the 2 most important things. You don't need a leader if you're on the same page. because there doesn't need someone to be calling the shots because everybody is on the same wavelength. So it doesn't become a problem where you need like a guy to say, yo, this is what we're doing, because everyone's already like, this is what we're doing, you know? So, and I feel like that's probably why I did leave out a few names, because they're not on that page. They could be on that page if they, you know, maybe, I guess I'm being a bit judgmental here. Like I say, it was 5 years ago, so maybe I'm also a bit of a problem because I'm judging people based on what I know from 5 years ago. So they could more than well be on the same page. And this is why I'm going to keep saying that I think it's fair to have a conversation with these people.
Yeah. Have you spoke to SK?
Not really. I've mainly spoke to Matt.
The impression I got, obviously this is me judging the scenario, but the impression I got, it did seem like he wanted to run it. You know what I mean?
But I think he also knows, though, from past experience, like, for instance, Roadmen, when we did Roadmen, who was it? It was me, Matt, LJ, Shanks, SK, and Cruiser, that there wasn't really a need for a leader. I guess I was the quote-unquote shadow leader, and then when SK came in, it was kind of me and SK kind of running the show, but not really, because when we did it, it was a case of everybody was on the same page, and everybody kind of understood that, like, we're all in this together. And it wasn't really we didn't have any problems, honestly, brother. Like, the Roadmen, we didn't have no problems. There was no, 75-hour circle jerks going around in circles. There was no arguing. There was no bullshit. It was, this is what we're doing, we're getting it done, and everybody was on board. And SK knows that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's worth me having a chat to him, because I'm sure if I said that to him, he would probably agree, but I'd like to know why he wants to be the leader. And like I said,
he didn't explicitly say that. It's just...
he kind of gave off that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing with, like say him and you, like, I don't believe that you guys being leaders would impact the gang in any way. But I do feel that maybe, or whatever it would be, but I do feel like maybe starting off that it should be a case of no leader, allowing everyone to express themselves and kind of getting a good judge and gauge on how everyone is before something like that gets set in, because it could go one or two ways, really. It could either be great and everybody agrees with your opinions and SK's opinions, or it could be the complete opposite and everyone decides, like, oh wait, shit, a lot's changed in 5 years, fuck all of that. So
yeah,
I don't know why the schedule thing's not working, but 9 a.m, brother. Oh wait, it is working. Wait, why is it working on one screen but not the other? I have no idea. I think my chat's broke.
The thing about me toying with my own thing, the idea of my own thing, in an ideal world, I'd love to just have an Irish gang, man. That'd be fucking hilarious. But it's just not logistically possible.
I was gonna say, you and what, like 3 blokes?
Exactly, bro. But how funny would it be, man? You know what I mean?
Hey,
like,
listen, people that know about what can happen in Ireland, then yeah, people that know about that stuff, then can be definitely you definitely can be feared, and it's not something to turn your nose up at. But as you said, on the logistical side of things, I think I've met maybe two other Irish people. So
yeah, I've quite a few Irish people, and I wouldn't look at them and think that's a gang member.
yeah.
There's a mechanic over.
I was gonna say, I think they were all mechanics. I'm pretty sure all the people that I spoke to, I'm pretty sure they were all mechanics. So
exactly. So
yeah,
it's not gonna happen. That would be the thing. Like if that opportunity came to me now, I'd do it in a heartbeat, because it would be fucking comical, bro. It'd be so funny, but it's just not an option. I wanted to do it like fucking 7 years ago as well, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think for me then, mate, I would like to just have a chat. I mean, I know that obviously getting everybody in a big circle to have a chat is, number one, very boring, and number two, also very difficult with the train and whatnot. So it's gonna be hard to do so. But I do think that before we commit to anything like house-wise or group-wise or anything like that, I think it's fair to just give these people a chance, because obviously, don't get me wrong, you know, my ego is a bit inflated that I've had 2 people come to me with 2 different requests. And like I say, your name was mentioned in both of them, so yours can also be inflated. Don't worry, mate. But I do think morally, for me, I would like to at least speak to the other people, because I would feel a bit shitty if they just got pushed to the side without any idea as to what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, these were my family, you know, these were my boys, and it's a bit of a backstab move to just do something without their knowledge. Obviously, they're probably not going to like it when they do find out, but at least they know, you know what I mean? At least they're aware. Imagine waking up one day and finding out your old boy started a group without you and didn't tell you. You'd feel a bit shitty, so...
Yeah.
So that's where I stand, mate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess probably best thing is to just when we see people, just chat to them and get their perspective.
Yeah, you should definitely have a chat to like James and Matt and SK. Well, I'm sure you know what SK's got. I need to chat to SK myself, but yeah, James, Matt, Saint, see what she's got to say. I think, to be honest, I've had a chat to her and I think she's aware that these sort of conversations are happening, and you know, she's not stupid, so the fact that she hasn't really been included in them is already a giveaway as to, you know, what might be going on. And listen, she's just like everybody else. I mean, if it does happen, they are gonna be hurt, you know what I mean? There's no denying that. They are gonna be upset. They might not show it straight away, but of course they are. I mean, you would be as well, and so would I. So I think it's, yeah. Have a chat to everyone, see what they got to say.
Yeah.
Right.